Pardon? I'll bring it in. And it does have a couple of little things, but I think mostly it's for Apple.
I'm good. How are you? Other than it being cold in here. The other room was like really warm, and now it's freezing back here. Right? That's why I took my jacket off too. I know. I don't know why it's freezing.
Okay, here's one for Kayla and one for Mark. So, any questions?
I know.
Relax.
Yeah, this is all.
Nobody bites here. Okay. All right.
I've done this a
So I'll be
million times. I don't
right
know
in
why.
the next room. And then we'll set it up for Mark.
Okay.
Mark's coming in when?
He should be here by about 12:15 at the latest.
Okay.
Yes.
Pull it up as well. So it's in your cover letter. Additionally, so yeah, so.
Okay.
I'll keep on it.
Perfect. I appreciate it.
Hope that will be better.
Yes.
Last question, anything else?
Okay. Well, my name is Kayla. I have my associates in medical specialties. Been at CNA for 10 years. A little over that actually. I am
Very good.
looking for a full-time position as an EKG tech for Poudre Valley Hospital. And that's about it. My grandmother actually, in 2007, she got diagnosed with cancer, and I took care of her, and I just fell in love with that type of work and been doing it ever since. So, like, okay. Like meaning like what I've done, or I'm not sure. Okay. Wow, well, that's a lot. So I think my favorite of all is geriatric, really. That's all I've ever really done. I do want to pursue and do more pediatric. I've worked with a little bit of pediatric, but not as much as geriatric. I've done a lot of hospice, so just in that decline and dealing with, death and stuff like that, which is really hard, and a lot of people can't do that and don't have the type of care, or, not the type of care, but don't really know how to handle those situations. And I've done it so much, with my grandma, and so, yeah.
Is there anything
I just think the human body is very impressive, and I've always loved just everything about it. Anatomy, the heart is a real interest of mine, and that's why EKG is kind of my thing right now, and kind of takes a break from the geriatric end. So, yes, exactly. Well, I'm kind of like a social butterfly. My personality is just very outgoing. People tend to get attached very easily, as well as I do them. I, kind of a hard one. I think that,
So you walk
just
in,
like,
let's say like this, you walk into a new place,
okay,
all right? You're in a-
right.
Starting off, what's the process look like? How do you introduce yourself on your end?
Well, I introduce myself to everybody and anybody that I can. Because I work for an agency now, so I'm used to not being in one specific place all the time. And I just go in there like I'm not a new person, because I've been doing it for so long. I know the basics of a day in a nursing home.
Okay.
So I kind of just, I get right in there. I ask, like the girls that do work there, that have been there longer than me, obviously, what I can do to make things easier for them, or, where they would like me to be. Just try to be as helpful as possible, because I know, I could be there one day or half a day or 3 weeks, to a month. It just depends. So.
You mentioned
Okay. So first thing in the morning, it's getting people up and ready for breakfast, basic hygiene, hair brushing, teeth, clothes. Some people need a little bit more of assistance, as far as like using Hoyer lifts, which is they can't get out of bed on their own, so it's a machine. Then it's getting them. No, okay. It's just getting them ready, getting them to breakfast, and then we have daily activities, and we have showers and lunch, and just kind of goes along with the day. And they do activities before dinner. They do games, so just basically getting them ready for that type of stuff, and or physical therapy or whatever it is that they have scheduled.
you mentioned
Mm-hmm.
so,
Yes.
first time
Yes.
walk me through. Let's say me,
Okay.
I know who it is.
Right.
So bring it I look at it. Oh God, because that's probably what I do with the machine.
Yes.
I get through what that is. Calm me down.
Okay. So first off, I would let you know that it is not scary. It does look very terrifying, and it can be if it's not used properly. What you want to make sure is that I'm sorry, I'm missing the proper name for the, it's basically like a blanket.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Right. So we get that underneath of them. It has straps, and those connect to a big bar. So as long as everything is connected fully and it's under the patient, then we can, lift the patient up. It does lift them completely off the ground. And we have to take them from the bed to the wheelchair or the bed to the commode. Right. So the machine does all the work. We do have straps in the back that we hold onto to kind of just get positioned. So say we're getting them in a wheelchair, we would get behind them after they are over the wheelchair, and we would pull back. And it's normally a 2-person process. So we'd have one pulling back so that they're back far into their wheelchair, and then we would put them down. And then once that's released, then we can take everything off, and yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, okay. First, figure out why is most important. Why is it different today than any other day? Maybe something happened over the night. Something happened on that shift that we're not aware of, whether it was another CNA or a nurse that maybe accidentally bumped them with it or scared them. and now they're terrified and don't want to get in it.
Okay.
So at that point, if that's the case, we kind of just walk through the process with them, and let them know that it's okay. Let's try it one more time. You know, what can I do to make you feel more comfortable? And no, you're fine. And just see how they respond to that to begin with. And then if they're okay with it, then continue. So, okay. With a coworker or boss or okay. Oh, okay. Oh wow. There's not, and so that's why I'm like, oh, I don't know. I did have a run-in with a coworker, and it was over her telling a patient that she could not get out of bed. And that patient was supposed to be getting up and out of bed every hour to 2 hours, and she had been in bed for 4 hours. And so I got upset. Yes. So I let her know that, you know, this is not okay. And if she would like, we could go to our DON and talk to her about it. But there's no reason that she should have left her in that position. It had just been a new shift. Because at that time I was doing 12-hour shifts. So we just had switched to evenings. So she had just gotten on the clock, and she just didn't want to get her up because she was a difficult person. She was a Hoyer, you know, she needed to be changed and she needed to get dressed. And so, because we can't have any restraints as far as like pants, shoes, things like that. So we ended up going to the DON because she argued about it and said that's not what she told her. And the patient was very upset about it as well because she knows she was very coherent and very with it. And when she told her she wasn't getting her up, she got upset about it as well. She knew, but she said that's not what she told her. She said she would be right back, not what happened. So it was just out of pure laziness, me. And I think it's very important to follow those because then you have to worry about bed sores and skin breakdown and stuff like that. So. Yeah, it's mostly left to them because I don't really have that authority to follow up on stuff like that. It would be that department. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
This is me not.
You're okay.
So,
Yes.
can you walk me through do the same thing, but step by step. Let me know what it is. Give me as a
Okay.
What is it? Walk me through steps.
Okay. Well, it is a non-invasive test of the heart. It is a 12-lead. Basically takes a picture. Not a picture. I'm sorry. Takes rhythms of the heart. So it's 12 leads that are put onto the chest, both legs and both arms. And it goes over your heart rhythm. If there's anything irregular, it can predict like tachycardia, bradycardia, so fast or slow heartbeat. And it can also tell you if there has been a heart attack in the past or if you're having a heart attack. But it's not painful. It's just 12 lead stickers that go on you. And yeah. Most of the time would be chest pain, So all the classic signs for a heart attack. You know, pain in your jaw, numbness in your left arm. If they're getting readings from like the pulse oximeter that your heart rate is high, if it's over 100. And then also if there's irregular heartbeat on the monitor, then they would order an EKG for that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, listen, how do I understand that? What does that look like? What would that look like?
Can you elaborate a little more?
Sure. So, you come in, you say, I'm an efficient person.
Okay.
We'll start with just what does that look like? Cardiovascular. You break that. Oh.
I guess I don't know how to answer that. Because I've never had that. Okay. Well, I would say that's my everyday job. Just being on time, being present, making sure that all of my daily duties for that shift are completed, not leaving anything for my other coworkers that doesn't need to be left. I mean, obviously there are emergencies at times. So I don't, is that kind of,
That's more coaching on.
Okay.
And
okay,
efficiency is usually condense the process down or make something faster, better, easier.
okay. Well, I think teamwork is a huge one in that. Usually the girls that I work with, we have a system to get things done on time.
Exactly.
Okay. So we kind of do like a tag team thing where we say we have 6 showers on day shift. We will alternate. So we will all do one. If there's more than that, we'll just keep rotating so that someone's getting a shower and then there are other people on the floor so that call lights are being answered and people are meeting their getting to physical therapy. They're getting out to appointments so that nothing's left behind, either it be charting or anything, you know, that the nurses need from us, like vitals and stuff like that. Everybody's always doing something. Usually there's 3 of us. We do have 4 halls in the nursing home I am in right now. So it's usually one person, because the way the halls run, there'll be 2 people down the halls that are kind of connected. They have different, if that makes sense.
Right, yeah.
So they're kind of split. And then we have one down just the other hallway. So, but we all work together. We don't just say, this is my hall, that's your hall. So we have it's kind of old school. I'm not used to it. So back home we had iPhones, which is awesome. But here it's basically a board that lights up. It's in the middle of the nurse's station. So it's essentially here in the circle, you've got a hall here, and a hall this way. They make noises when they go off, but they light up and tell you what room it is and what hall. That's beeping and it's loud. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Yep. Nope, just whoever is closest, whoever's not busy at the moment, will grab the light. I know that PM shift works a little differently than day shift, which is fine. Everybody has their own system, but I feel like when you work as a team, it works out better. And I think it's important. So
So you've got 3 people with those different homes. And you said you've got 1 person who's and the time that they're needed, which I
Yes.
assume is not your whole day. Okay.
Well, it can be sometimes.
Send.
It depends on the day before, if anybody refused a shower or if any showers were left not done, because those are critical as well. Families get really upset when their family members don't get showers. So sometimes we can get up to 8 showers a day, and that's a lot. Depends on the patient.
Sorry, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
Let's just say that-
Okay.
Hello.
Per shower, or like 30 minutes at the least. Yeah.
Okay.
They're slow. They like their shower time. They
Right.
usually only get it once, 2 times a week, which is
Mm.
less than we take, So it's important, I think, for them to be able to get that time. I don't feel like it's appropriate to cut that time short. Sometimes we have to, but there is one person we have that takes like 45 minutes. So, right. Right. Okay. Knowing that I go in every day and I make a difference, and every single patient of mine, they count on me to be there.
Mhm.
Some of them, I'm their only family, not just me, but the other girls as well. But I just think that that's the most rewarding and best part of my job, I think. Yes, when they're on the call button every 5 seconds. Like, I was just in here. I do love my day shift nurses. They just make everything a lot smoother. They seem to help us more than anybody else. Like, if we need help, they're not afraid to jump in. They're not the type to say, I'm just a nurse, you can do that. Like, that's not my duty.
Mhm.
It's everybody's. We're all in this together. So,
Right.
yeah, they definitely make a difference when they are ready to play with us.
What do you most that you think this is why to any job, it doesn't have to be this job. What this is this
I think my personality.
okay.
Just because there's not a lot of people that can come to work every day and be happy. I definitely, everybody has their things and their problems and their issues, and I'm one of them. But I am able to leave that at home and come to work and just be me and just be ready to work and do things how they should be done.
Do you have any kind of all in your head?
I do tapping. So I don't know if you want me to. So basically, if you are if you're nervous about something or you're stressed or anything like that, you kind of just start with your hand, and you can either say it out loud or say it in your head. You just say, even though I'm feeling this way, whatever it is, I fully accept and love myself, and you just kind of do that. And yep, to kind of just bring you down a little bit, because it can get stressful. Things can get very overwhelming, and especially in the health field, like, things can get crazy.
Yeah.
So not only with patients, but family members too. So.
Cool. So that's all I want to have.
Okay.
We're going to put that I know there is to know about this.
Yes.
Is there any other questions?
Yes, I would. I guess I shouldn't have said it like that. Yes. So, I guess one of them would be like what the shift requires. Is it day shift? Is it PMs? Is it on call? Times like between 8 and 5 or not really. I guess weekends are a little harder for me because I do have kiddos.
Okay.
So I run into that a lot. But they are 8, 5, and 2. Yes. My oldest is a girl. My youngest is a girl. My boy's the middle. So yeah, poor guy. Feel bad for him. Yeah. Right. And I feel like that's how it's going for me, but I feel like my 2-year-old is like telling them what to do. So it could be interesting. Right? And you're gonna be told no. It's I don't think so. Okay.
Hi.